Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Jane Gardner again, and today it's Mindset Monday. We're still talking about the entrepreneurial mindset and some of the things you need to have in terms of being an entrepreneur who is successful. And today we're going to be talking about persistence. I know a lot about persistence. Excuse me. So let's talk about it. For starters, how many old sayings, aphorisms, and cliches are there about persistence? The early bird gets the worm. Slow and steady wins the race. If at first you don't succeed, try again. If life gives you lemonades, make lemonade. The list goes on and on. The reason that there are so many old sayings about persistence is twofold. First, it's a really important element in success, and second, it's an element of success that gives a lot of people a lot of trouble. Something that's as important and troublesome as persistence deserves a lot of cliched sayings and a lot of attention. The problem with the road to success is that many people will only picture the destination, not the journey. When they do this, they not only fail to see that true success is not a destination, it's a lifelong process, but they also fail to see the potential problems that routinely occur when striving for success. This means that when these problems do occur, the unprepared person is stopped dead in their tracks. In their confusion, they forget where they are going and why, and instead head back to where they came from or stop. When you're prepared for and anticipating the setbacks that can and will happen on the journey to success, you are ready to repair, rethink, and re-engage. The persistent person understands that failure is a temporary condition that affects everyone at one time or another before they reach their goal. They also understand that failure and setback teach powerful lessons that ultimately make you stronger. As Gandhi said, strength does not come through winning. Instead, strength comes through failure. When you struggle and decide not to quit, that is strength. It is also persistent and points up why every successful business owner understands that setbacks, we'll have to say that again because it's important, setbacks are opportunities in disguise. I have lots of persistent ideas that I can tell you about in my own life coming onto the internet. I can tell you right now that the internet is a crazy place. You don't know who to trust. You don't know whether something that you're going to try is going to be successful. You really, when you're new at the internet, it's very difficult to understand how quickly you can get into trouble. So you have to be persistent. And sometimes it's good to listen to people like me to understand that there are certain elements to the internet that you have to be careful of. But persistence isn't one of them. Persistence is very important. You can try something one day. Facebook can change the rules the next day, and so you fail. You can try another tool, and one day, all of a sudden, Google has changed their algorithm, and it's of no use. Or another time, sometimes people just shut up their businesses that you've been using and enjoying, like Blab. I enjoyed it. It was a social networking platform where you could go out and talk to people on the internet and sort of pretend you had a TV show, except I was quite enjoying it. And then all of a sudden you said, the owner says, I'm just rolling up my carpet and leaving. So there you go. The internet is a changing place every day, and you have to be aware that you have to be persistent and be willing to understand that even if you do fail with a process, for example, even if you feel that podcasting is not being successful for you, it actually is, because you're learning something, and it'll be much easier for you to do it the next time. Or when you change your direction, you can find another way to have some success with podcasting, for example. So I've added a video. I shouldn't speak about this yet because it's not quite up, so I don't know the location yet. But I'm adding a Home Biz Startup TV video podcast to iTunes coming up in the next few weeks. And so maybe next week I'll mention it when it's up. and where it's located, because I feel that sometimes people like to watch visual trainings rather than listening, and I hope that you find these trainings useful. So today we've been talking about persistence, being one of the things for a successful business mindset, where you attain successful thinking. And I'll just go back and mention what the other ones we've been mentioning. We've looked at vision. What's your vision for your business? What's going to be your focus for your business? Be willing to be a risk taker, but also at the same time take responsibility for failure. Be mindful of mindfulness. Be competitive. And today it's being persistent. And there are many other traits to the business mindset that is a success, especially on the internet. So we'll see you next week with the next one.